So what do you need to know? We kind of went through the basics last time as far as getting started, planning. Hey, see if you can find a travel agent.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any that you can find out there, but I'm sure there's some out there somewhere.
Hint, hint,
Just
Charlene.
saying. Well, and there's Kelly, there's Charlene.
Ashlyn.
We're friends of the travel agents. We're friends of the travel advisors. We're friends. Well, she's praying for everybody. She's friends with everybody. But getting a travel advisor is a great first step. And if you want to do a little research ahead of time, we got some information for you that will hopefully be helpful. But obviously, really even covering in 2 episodes, we can only speak in more general terms. You want to talk about your specific situation, that's why you need an advisor. You need a travel agent.
And plus, they can find you good deals, too.
They can. They can find you great deals. So anyway, planning, talk to travel agents is the best advice. Be sure to find out what you need to go on a cruise. Right now, there's extra special requirements, but normally you're probably going to need a passport. You want to think about where you want to go to. You want to think about which ship you want to go on. Maybe you want to go on a different cruise line than Carnival. Maybe you want something, with a little different atmosphere.
More family oriented, like Disney.
Oh, well, there's always Disney. Yes.
If you're a kid at heart.
Okay, we're getting off topic again. I don't know how we went over time last time. Also planning, talking about insurance, talking about paying off your cruise and budgeting for that and all that. Covered a lot of stuff in our last episode. Also being prepared for any special needs you might have, especially medical needs or whatever. Plan ahead of time for that.
Yeah.
Planning any special reservations for special activities you want to do. Speaking about Disney, some cruise lines, you really need to reserve some things ahead of time, and Disney's one of those where you really do need to do that. Carnival, they have, if you want to do specialty dining, like if you want to reserve at the steakhouse or La Cucina or Gigi Asian Kitchen, and as these new ships get bigger and bigger with more specialty dining options, it's really something to consider before you go on a cruise. If you can reserve it ahead of time, and you really are wanting to do it, I strongly recommend it.
Yes.
Got to say hi to John and Nancy.
Street eats.
Jay and In Travels in the house. Good to see you here. Yep. And what else did we talk about last time? Do you remember? We talked about Faster to the Fun. Faster to the Fun. We heard that that's not being offered right now, but when they get back to it, that's something that we recommend.
Yes.
We're kind of in a strange time right now, but get back to normal. Faster to the Fun is awesome.
Yeah.
Get you on board a lot faster, and you get to the fun a lot faster.
I wonder if Carnival provides some mask.
Well, that's a question to ask Ashlyn in 2 weeks when she was on the Mardi Gras just a couple weeks ago. She could tell us.
Yeah.
So tune in a couple weeks. We're not here next week because of Labor Day. I don't think it's.
We need a break too.
Is that why we're doing it?
That's Labor Day. Labor Day for the laborers to have a rest.
Are we laboring here? I don't feel like I'm laboring.
No, it's more fun, but still.
Yes.
We like to celebrate the holidays.
Yes. And we also know that
drink to that.
Okay. We know we both drink at the same time, nobody's talking. We know that you want to enjoy Labor Day too. We're talking about this way too much. Plan your pre-cruise transportation. Whether it's, you can do like the thing where you stay at a hotel that offers transportation to the port, and you can park your car there. GoPort.com for Port Canaveral is a great resource. A lot of different alternatives, whether you're flying in or driving in. Plan that transportation ahead of time.
Save you the headache.
Yes, and after the cruise, both.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying me rambling about what we talked about last time, what should they do?
Give us a thumbs up if they like us.
That was a good time to say that. Also, last time, and thanks for liking us, last time we talked about packing and considering things that might not be allowed, like check with the current list of like restricted
curling irons,
prohibited items. Yeah, well, and it changes over time. That's why I hesitate to mention specific things. But yeah, basically anything with a heating element is probably not allowed. They limit how many cans of soda pop you can take on board, 12 cans, and or a 750 milliliter bottle of wine.
Now
and that could change. So
too.
Check. Well, you could take Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper, whatever you like on board with you. Yeah. So check on that before you go. Again, we're just recapping. Let's see. Tip your porter. You want to be sure you get your bag to your room. don't want the porter to be mad at you. No,
No.
I'm saying.
And now the muster drill is so much better than it used to be.
Yes. But if you want to hear what the muster drill's like, you can tune in on September 13th.
Yeah.
Hear how the Mardi Gras went with Ashlyn from I'd Rather Be Cruising Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
She'll tell us all about it.
Yeah.
So, getting your cabin ready, the first thing you always do is
wipe it down.
Yeah, the Lysol wipes or Clorox wipes or whatever you like to wipe it down, just because you know how busy the room stewards are, and you want to give it once over. Yep. And speaking of your room
then
steward,
unpack.
Okay.
Is that where you were going?
Yes, have your room steward unpack for you. No, I said speaking of your room steward, that is an awesome person to go to with any questions you have.
Mm-hmm.
And also if you have any special requests, you get your room and you need a sharps container and there's not one in there, you ask your room steward. If there's one on board, they'll find it for you.
Yep.
If you need another pillow, if you need the beds separated into two beds because you're having a fight, or you need them put together because, then they can take care of that for you.
Yes.
And also, if you're traveling with your family or you have a larger group where you're going to need those beds that fall down from the ceiling or hang down from the ceiling, like the bunk beds.
Oh, the bunk beds.
They've got the magical key that'll let them down.
Dun,
so
dun, dun.
you want to talk to them.
They're magical.
Yeah. Okay. So the JN Travels has something. But do you recommend the drink package on Carnival? Okay, well, I don't think we got into that too much last time. The drink package, there's Cheers and what's the other one? Bubbles, I think it's called. Is it Bubbles? But Cheers is the drink package with has liquor and beer and all that, and it allows you to have 15 drinks a day.
That's a lot.
It's just a lot, and I like to drink, but I don't think I could hit that limit. But some people do.
I couldn't hit that limit, so that's why we just pay as we go.
Yeah, and it really depends on what other people in your room want to do. Like if I wanted to drink and she didn't want to drink at all, it probably wouldn't be worth it. If you drink, if you're going to have, I think somewhere when we did the math before, I think it was somewhere around 6 drinks. You need to have at least 5 or 6 drinks on average per day for it to be worthwhile. And of course that can change over time if the price changes.
Yeah.
But I'd say just do the math. And if it's a close call, because I know I don't think we've actually done it on Carnival. We've done the Norwegian one because Norwegian offers it as like a perk as a special.
Mm-hmm.
And by the last 2 days of cruise, I just didn't want to drink anything because I was just kind of feeling under the weather and drinking didn't sound fun at that point. So
mango meltdown.
Yep. And Josh Rocks is talking about something we need to talk about. He's talking about food. One of the first places you go after your room or before your room's ready, if you don't have Faster the Fun, is go get some food.
Yeah. We
usually go to on Carnival.
Guy's Burger Joint. But now I heard that there might be someplace better. Like Big Chicken.
Well, that's not on every ship. That's just a couple ships so far.
I hope so.
Well,
I hope there will be more.
If it goes well, what we've heard, what a little birdie told us is that it's pretty impressive. Hopefully they'll spread it to other ships. And Josh goes to the buffet, which I think that's kind of the standby. And if you enjoy that, that's great. But room steward, one last thing is give a shout out for them. I mean, you have you can prepay your gratuities. You can pay your gratuities with your final bill before you get off the ship.
Mm-hmm.
But we believe in the gratuities. I don't want to sound preachy or whatever, but that's just our opinion. If they do a great job, we'll even give them a little extra cash. But that's just our feeling. We feel like the crew on Carnival does an awesome job and really makes the cruise, what makes the cruise enjoyable is their attitudes and their awesome job.
So where did we leave off?
Where did we leave off?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We talked about dining.
Mm-hmm.
MDR.
Yep.
You get early time, late time, or anytime dining, right?
Yep. We usually do anytime.
Yep. Or we go to the steakhouse.
Yep.
Or La Cucina or something like that.
Yep.
Or not La Cucina. The Captain's Kitchen. What are those in
Chef's
Italian?
table? Oh.
Someone will know it.
I don't know.
Kappa.
If you know what it is, write it down in the messages below.
Yeah. So let's move on since we're stuck. Let's see. Okay, let's see. We're getting more comments in here. Alfredo's Pizza. I've heard a lot of good things. We haven't been on Princess yet, as you know. I know Kelly's been trying to convince us we should go on Princess, and we might in the near future. I noticed a cruise next year in particular that might be kind of fun. But Alfredo's, we've heard a lot of good things about. And Jan, yeah, okay.
I don't
know if it's John or Nancy. I'm going to guess John saying this. I think he's probably the instigator, but I could be wrong. He wants to see if the room steward would unpack his luggage or her luggage.
You never know. If you give them an extra tip, they might.
Yeah, or act like your arms are injured. I'm not advocating that.
Oh no! Don't
do that. That's crazy. Let's see. Kelly's Cruises. The cruise check-in staff told us it was open and they're signing on board. Yeah, see, that's the thing and that's kind of some of the information we're trying to provide. And we appreciate those of you who are on live who can share your own personal experiences, because there's sometimes these word of mouth things that not everybody knows. Like first time cruising on Carnival, you might walk right past Guy's Burger Joint. I don't know how you'd miss it or miss the line, but depending on how you go to the buffet, you might go straight to the buffet and not know that there's some awesome burgers.
Yeah.
There's other times where you can maybe go to the main dining room. They might have food like that, depending on the cruise line and everything. So there's a lot of different options to know about.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Kelly says you'll need a butler for that. So JNN, sorry. I guess you need a butler for that.
Oh.
But I don't know. I kind of agree with you. If you pay enough money, I think if you tip really well.
I think so.
So, let's move on. We talked about other dinner options like specialty dining, which we've talked about. Cucina del Capitano.
Yeah.
I wrote it down. See, that's what it's called. That's the Italian place I was trying to remember. Oof, somebody's getting old.
Have some tiramisu. I miss my tiramisu.
Okay. And for breakfast, Joy likes to have breakfast not once but twice.
Well,
why is that?
I like to have my breakfast slowly, so I order it from room service, some coffee or tea, so I can kind of wake up, and some fruit. So then I can relax, have my tea or coffee on the balcony.
But wait, how do you order that breakfast?
On the tag.
You hang the tag out the night before.
Yes. And so then I like to either walk around the balcony, not the balcony, the edge of the ship.
Oh, like the promenade deck?
Yes, the promenade deck at least once around.
Yep.
So I feel like I got my exercise.
And then Chris is in the house. Good to see you, Chris. You're getting excited about your next cruise, even though it's not on Carnival.
Where is he going? Where are you going?
He's going to be... I can answer for him because I know. You don't remember? He's going to be on MSC. I believe MSC Divina out of Miami.
Beautiful stairs, Swarovski stairs.
They do. Yes. But anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Carnival, and you're supposed to be talking about second breakfast.
Yeah. Then I go to the buffet, and normally by the time I get to the buffet, it's not as crowded as in the beginning. So all the mad rush have eaten, and so there's...
That makes sense. Josh, take care. We'll talk to you later, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Chris, okay, so Chris is MSC Divina. I was right. September 26th. So that is less than a month away.
Yeah, that's
exciting.
When does he ship out?
Well, I just said it was September 26th, so that would be...
Oh, that's the end of the month. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I think you're still excited about it. I don't know why you're
well, I was thinking it was closer. Like I thought you said the 6th.
Less than a month away.
It 26th. Is, but...
Oh, man. Yeah, Chris, we appreciate it. We'd love to see the pictures.
Yeah.
The MDR for breakfast. Yeah, we did that. I think we did that on Norwegian more than any cruise line. We didn't do... I don't remember if we've ever... Except for the sea day brunch.
Yeah.
We love doing that.
Keep your eye out for the sea day brunch. It's on your what's it called?
Well, it's a fun times, but it sounds like they're going more towards the Hub app. So be sure you get the Hub app and check the daily schedule, because on that sea day, get a very special meal, full service in the MDR, the sea day brunch.
I don't know if you can do this with the Hub app, but you can pretty much plan your whole day. and it
You
will
don't
alert
remember using
you.
the Hub app last time? Okay, the Hub
It's
app.
been so long
I'll refresh your
ago.
memory. So one thing that's cool about the Hub app, I mean, we used to use highlighters on the paper fun times and talk between the two of us what we want to do, and then we'd try to do as much as possible. Well, with the Hub app, you can set up in such a way where each of us can go in and check an activity, and so it stays marked on there. And she can go and mark what she wants, and I can see what she chose, and she can see what I chose. And then when we see one where we both chose it, we're like, "Yay, winner, winner, chicken dinner!"
Could we message each other through the Hub app too?
I think so. I see. I'm not the Hub app expert. You're not supposed to ask me questions I don't know the answer to. I think there's that option, but I think for some options, I think there's an extra charge. That might be one of those. I don't remember. I think you might be able to do onboard chat. But hey, you trying to see that?
Yeah.
Okay. That was Chris saying thank you to Charlene.
Oh.
Okay. Glad we covered that. Let's keep moving.
Yes.
We talked about breakfast.
So
We talked about dinner. Now we got to talk about lunch and snacking.
Yeah.
Lunch, I like to go to Guy's Burger Joint.
Mm-hmm.
If the ship has it, I might go to Seafood Shack.
Yeah.
Costs a little extra, but I think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Snacking, Seafood Shack's also a good option. Did you have another lunch thing or snack thing?
I like going to the buffet and getting fruit.
You like to get your fruit. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Let's move on. Basically, where we left off last time, we were talking about heading off the ship and going into ports of call. So these are the various ports you're visiting, whether it's Cozumel or Skagway, Alaska, or
Nassau, Bahamas.
Oh, I thought you about the space people. No, yes, it's any of those ports you go to. You want to. You either will walk off the ship using just like a little gangway and just walk right off onto the dock and head on your merry way, or you'll get on a littler boat called a tender.
Yep.
And that will take you to wherever your destination is.
Yep.
Big debate that we always talk about, or that we hear people talking about as well, is whether you take your passport with you when you go on to the island, or the port, wherever you're going.
What do we do?
Or you make a photocopy.
What do we do?
We take the. Well, I don't know if we want. Do we want to tell people how they can easily mug us?
Oh no!
Yes.
Don't mug us, please.
I prefer to make a photocopy of the passport, leave it on board, and take the passports with us. I know a lot of people do just the opposite and take the photocopy with them, but quite frankly, we stay with the groups. We don't go off and do anything crazy. We're not going to Senior Frogs and just going crazy and maybe being absent-minded.
I'm not a drinker.
So I would rather have the official documents on hand, but at least have a copy. That's what we recommend.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be sure you know about ship time.
Yes.
That's the time that the ship goes by. Have your watch or some way have your watch set to it.
Set an alarm on your phone.
Yep, because the time in the port may not be the same.
And be sure you know. No.
Yes, be sure you know what time you need to be back on board, and don't cut it too close because you could miss the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we talked a little bit about safety in port. It's important to know. American laws don't apply if you're not in the United States. So keep that in mind. Be careful. There's people that might want to take advantage in a variety of ways. The main one being trying to get extra money from you or trick you in some sort of scam. So just be, extra aware. It's not like you're going down to the local mall or whatever.
And usually before a port day, the cruise lines will have a program about the port of call. So they give you a heads up of what's good, what's bad.
Like a little shopping
101
shopping program. Yep. And be very, just like with your passport, be very careful with your money, your valuables.
Right.
Maybe you want to put your jewelry in the safe and not take it with you when you go off on port. And you maybe want to invest in one of those belt wallet things so your money is safe.
That's what it's called.
I'm not even going there. So let's see. Bringing things back on board. I think that's the last thing we talked about. So we're going to get going on everything else here. Some things you can't bring back on board, or if you do bring them back on board, there's special rules. For example, if you buy alcohol in the port, most of the time, what they're going to do is they're going to take, and every time that we've experienced it, which I guess we've only bought alcohol from the port once, but So every time, one time, they take your alcohol from you as you go through go back onto the ship, and
they give you a tag.
give you a claim check, and the
Yep.
last day or the day before you get off the ship, they give you a chance to pick it up, just like any alcohol you bought on board. Also, shells. According to Carnival's website, they allow shells as long as they're clean. So
Okay.
be sure you clean off your shells. Don't just bring some scraggly looking shell from the beach and think you're going to bring it on board.
Some goo on it. Ugh. I don't know. Animal crawling out. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. And also, food needs to be wrapped. I mean, I basically think they're looking for it to be in its original container. So if you have a half-eaten sandwich or something, or whatever, it might not get past the security there. And also, if you go on an excursion.
I was like, expedition.
Ooh. Where you go fishing and you catch some fish, they generally don't allow you to bring fish back on board. So have those mailed home, have them shipped home. Like if you go to Alaska and you catch some salmon, arrange to have it. You pay the extra money to have it shipped home so you can actually have it with you.
And keep in mind, if you get like a really big souvenir or something, just save yourself time and hassle and ship it home.
Ship it home.
Yeah.
Save the trouble. Okay,
let's
move on. Let's talk about onboard activities.
Ooh,
now, I think everybody here that's in the live chat with us tonight, at least people that have commented so far, are familiar enough with, if not Carnival, at least some cruise line, where they understand the kind of onboard activities. But you want to give them some examples of what types of onboard activities are offered, what you might find in the Hub app that you can do on Carnival during the day?
Like the sea day brunch.
Why? They we're done with their food. Activities.
Well, it's an activity.
You're supposed to be working off your meal. You're not supposed to be going.
Oh, you can do a line dancing.
Okay.
Line dancing lesson.
So it's a choice between those two. Were there any more? Trivia, maybe?
Trivia. There's
you can go play basketball, shuffleboard,
golf, miniature golf. If they have it, a ropes thing, a rope course.
Of course, yeah.
Yep.
Well, on that new ship, the Mardi Gras, they've got a roller coaster.
I know.
Did you see that?
But it's expensive.
Well, we're gonna talk. Don't you're spoiling your don't. We're talking about that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
When I'd Rather Be Cruising is here, Ashlyn is here to talk about the Mardi Gras. Don't give it all away.
You can do like projects or crafts sometimes.
Oh yeah, like Make It with Michaels, stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of good options. Now, what about nighttime activities?
Dancing.
There you go.
Or if you like to try Lady Luck, see if she's on your side. Go to the casino.
You can do that
if there's one.
And now Kelly said she combined the daytime activity mentioned and the nighttime activity mentioned. Her daughter and she killed it on ABBA trivia, or is it ABBA?
Is it ABBA or ABBA?
I think it's ABBA.
ABBA.
Maybe that's first. No, it's. I'm pretty sure it's not ABBA.
I don't know.
Boy.
I'm sorry
We would not have done well on the ABBA trivia. I can tell you that right now.
Are they Swedish?
Kelly's from Canada.
No. Is ABBA?
I believe they are.
We're sorry to the Swedes
tonight. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right. Other evening activities that can be a lot of fun. Sometimes they'll have like whiskey tasting. Yeah. Sometimes they'll have you can just go to the sports bar. You can go to the Red Frog pub, or you can go to the poolside bars.
You can listen to music.
Go down to the atrium or the lobby area. A lot of times there's entertainment going on there.
Or you can just sit around the pool and watch the craziness happen.
Yeah. Yeah. or for a calmer poolside activity, you can go to the dive-in movies.
Oh yeah.
Go and see a movie, have some popcorn, and sit back and enjoy the movie under the stars.
Yeah. Maybe bring a blanket or a jacket because it's usually cool out there.
Yes, like IKEA. That's what Kelly said. She's referring to Sweden.
Oh, okay. I'm like, where did IKEA come in?
That's the thing. I can talk faster than people can type.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a problem. So I'll slow down.
I haven't found the IKEA in North Carolina, but I'm sure it's there. I want to go get some meatballs.
Okay. Thanks, Kelly. You got Joy's mind wandering. Yeah, and Chris loves the atrium and Lido deck parties.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I know, Chris, that doesn't surprise me knowing you. You'll find the center of activity in the evenings. I'll usually be having my last little nightcap and heading back to the cabin about the time you're headed out to the deck parties, or I know on Royal Caribbean you'd be going to what's that area called? The not the Centrum. Oh boy,
I don't know.
We're not talking about Royal Caribbean. Find out what the center, what the activity center is on MSC. Does MSC Divina have that fancy
who's
little?
Going on MSC? That
Chris.
Chris, that's your assignment.
Aren't you glad to show the live show, Chris? Now you got an
homework.
Wow. Okay. So last full day, the Royal Promenade. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Yes, the Royal Promenade. But now we're talking about the wrong cruise line. It's getting very confusing for people, I'm sure. So now, the last day.
The
last day is coming.
Day.
Right. So you need to start thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never the funnest thing, but you got to think about packing.
Yeah.
And you got to think about whether or not you're going to carry off your own luggage, do self-assist, as some people call it, or if you are going to leave your suitcase in the hall the night before and it disappears.
What do we normally do?
Most of the time we've put the luggage in the halls.
Yeah.
But if you do that, and what happens is they'll come by a certain time. You need to have your luggage in the halls. They'll take your luggage away. Of course, you have a luggage tag you put on there, and they'll take it, and you won't see it again until you get off the ship. It'll be waiting for you.
That's why it's nice to have like a backpack or like a big overnight bag, so you can pack your next day clothes, your medicine, and things like that. Yeah,
you want to be sure you have something to wear the next morning, and you want to be sure you have your toothbrush and other basic medication or whatever things you might need in the morning, unless you're doing the self-assist. But if you do the self-assist where you take your own bags off yourself, don't leave anything in the hall, be sure that you can handle it with the people you have, because there's no assistance, and it can be there could be a line. So be sure you can handle it. So Chris says he's going to take that assignment. He will find out what MSC has and report back. So there you go. You're adding work for people. Let's see. Anybody else want an assignment? Oh, wow. So get your luggage tags. I don't know if it's the same on every Carnival ship, but the ones we've been on, it seems like they usually have the tags available for you to pick up maybe even a day or two before the end of the cruise, and you can go and you can pick up the tag for your time or whatever. Hester, the fun's a little different. You get special tags.
And you want to make sure you look at your packing list, or to make sure you have all the bags that you came with.
Okay, so we got to back up a little bit. Joy likes to make a list of everything that we're going to pack and take with us, and then she uses that same list that she used to pack to be sure that she repacks everything to take home.
Yep.
So I think that's a really good thing to do, and it helps me a lot. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I've got to say hey and hi to Tyler from the Tyler Show.
Hey,
good to see you, Tyler. Thanks for joining us. And let's see, what other tips do we have? Last day.
Remember to Remember to tip the porters or your room stewards.
Oh, well, yeah. But okay, this is a couple different groups. You got the porters that help with your luggage when you get on and when you disembark the ship. If you have a lot of luggage after you go through customs and everything, you may want somebody to assist you. There generally will be plenty of people there to assist you, and those porters can help you with your luggage. They're generally going to expect a tip of some sort. They're going to the trouble. They're not employed by the cruise line or anything. They're working for tips.
I thought they were.
No. So yeah, they're working for tips, and the same thing when you're boarding the ship and they're taking your luggage curbside. They're working for tips too. So we like to take care of them. You don't need to give them a ton of money. You don't need to make them rich just from you, but a couple bucks a bag or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And let's see, debarkation day. So on debarkation day, you may get told to get out of your room by a certain time, even if it's not quite time for you to be off the ship. So be aware of that too. If you're doing the thing where you put the bags, the traditional process where you put the bags in the hall the night before and you just have your backpack or whatever the next morning, grab that after you're ready to go and head up to the buffet. That's a lot of times there's not a lot of other options on the last day as far as food goes. They're starting to close things down, get things ready and prepared because the next cruise, the next group of people are going to be boarding later that same day.
Yep. And if you think about it the night before, sometimes you're able to get room service. Sometimes.
I think we've done that with the hang tag.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And always before you leave the room, do a triple check or a double check around the room.
Well, you're just playing
check
Mama
out
Bear
the drawers
now. Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Do all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's. I agree with that.
Make sure you check the safe.
Check the safe. She checks the safe when we first get in the room to be sure nobody left any money for her.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And
no
she checks it before she leaves to be sure she's not leaving any money for the next person.
Exactly.
So that's kind of, I don't know. It works out for us, I guess. So if you have any tips, be sure to throw them in here as we kind of wrap up our tips here, because we've got a few more to go through. But as you can tell, we're talking about the end of the cruise, so we're starting to wrap things up. Waiting to disembark, yeah, it can take a little while. Going through customs, it depends on what port you're in, I think. Some are more automated and more simplified. Some don't require you to fill out the tags to declare items at all, or unless you go over a certain
It's
quantity.
not what you think for declaring.
Okay. Go ahead.
When I was first traveling, I didn't know what they meant by declaring. So I came up to the what are they called? Podium.
Sure.
And she's like, "Do you have anything to declare?"
Well, don't say your full legal name here, are you?
I won't.
Okay.
And I said, "My name is Joy. I'm
Bank.
I'm a single, or I was single. No, I was married.
The first time?
No. When I was traveling out of the country.
You weren't married yet.
I wasn't married yet.
Oh
So
boy. I don't know if I believe the story. It seems like it keeps changing.
No, so I said I'm a Christian woman, I'm single, and I think that was it. And she just like, "This is your first time, isn't it?" And I'm like, "How did you know?" Yeah.
So declaring is basically things you bought while you're on the cruise, and you know that
But
now,
they
right?
don't say that on the forms at all or anything.
Well,
so how
basically,
would a person know if you've not traveled?
Yep. Hey, Kelly, thanks for stopping by. You're picking a good time to leave. We're kind of gone way off the rails. Thanks for joining us and enjoy your dinner.
Yes.
So yes, if you have anything to declare, if you're buying multiple bottles of liquor, if you're buying a bunch of cigars or cigarettes, those are going to be items that are going to need to be declared. I'm going to declare that Minnie needs to be quiet over there. Minnie, you need to settle. We're on live. Oh boy, she thinks she's going to dig her way through.
Pillow.
Yeah, I guess she does. Okay, no more pillows in the Cruise Day Fun studio in the future. So, declaring, yes, I think we covered that enough. Claiming your bags, yes, be sure you don't forget any of your bags. We were coming back on the Carnival Sunshine during Hurricane Dorian, and we arrived in Charleston, South Carolina, right as they were declaring evacuation. So we were quickly given a chance to quickly disembark, grab our luggage, and get on our way. And we were headed up the interstate, and they had the other side going south completely blocked off. The exits, that squad cars blocking them off.
Yeah, that was so scary.
And I get this call on my phone saying, "Hey, did you guys leave a bag?"
Oh.
And I think she described the bag to me, and sure enough, I did.
Oh.
So fortunately, they were willing to ship it to me for, of course, it costs a little money, but yeah, don't forget your bags, especially if it's during a hurricane evacuation. That's not good.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But so that's why we forgot it, because we were rushed and everything.
We'll go with that. Well, I'll use that for my excuse. So it's a good idea to have your transportation planned. In the case I was just saying, we just parked in the parking lot there and paid for the parking and got right in. But some other situations, you may want to have it arranged where you have a shuttle picking you up. You might have parking but it's not right at the port. Like sometimes there's services where you can park nearby, like some airports have, and it's a little cheaper. So have that all arranged ahead of time. Be sure you have that in your special bag that you set aside the night before, so you can show your claim ticket or know where you need to go to get your car or get to the airport. So the other thing we like to do is if we're cruising and we can spare the time, we like to not fly back, if you're flying back, that same day. When we lived in Minnesota, it's a little different now that we're able to drive. But when we lived in Minnesota, and it was pretty much we had to fly to get to the ports, we like to stay and fly back the day after our cruise ended. And the rest of that day, we would do what kind of stuff?
Go to Disney or Universal or go shopping.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, that sounds like fun. It'd be fun to do before the cruise too. But our theory always was that end of the cruise, especially that last night before the cruise, and start seeing the bags in the corridor. People are, the cruise is ending, and it's kind of a bummer. And you're thinking, oh, I got to go back to work in 2 days. And so it's always nice to have some like little kind of like step down level of fun, like just like a little transition of fun. And whether it's going to see a wizard at Universal or go see a mouse at the Magic Kingdom, or depending on what port you're at, whatever it is, go. If you're doing Alaskan cruise, go tour parts of Seattle you haven't seen. Or
I wanted to go to the Fisherman's Wharf.
That's in San Francisco. You're thinking of the Flying Fish.
Well, don't they have the Flying Fish in Seattle? I thought
they do. But Fisherman's Wharf is in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. Anywho.
Joy really wants to see the Flying Fish. So next time we head up that, we will have to do that. Sorry we missed that. Make a list before you go of the things you really want to do before and after your cruise.
Exactly.
I did not know that until after it was too late. So what did we forget? I bet we forgot a lot. And I feel like tonight's was a little more all over the map because I was trying to be sure we got through it.
Don't forget to pick up your alcohol.
Don't forget to pick up your alcohol after you get off the cruise. Take your claim ticket or whatever they give you to pick up your alcohol, whether you bought it on board or brought it back from import. You don't want to leave it behind because they just dump you the bottles into the ocean.
If you bought like a wheel of cheese, make sure you pick up your cheese. I don't know.
No, they don't hold back your cheese. Do you think they have a cheese check?
I don't know, maybe. If it's a whole wheel, maybe.
Okay. If you cruise to Wisconsin and you get a wheel of cheese, then be sure you get a claim check so you can pick up your wheel of cheese the next morning before you disembark. Okay, that was a Joy tip. If anybody else has a tip, put it in the chat. Put it in the comments if you're watching in the future. This is not quite how we planned it, but we hope you've pulled together something from this that is helpful information. I think if you go back and watch our part 1, which is linked in the description below, you can see a more densely packed series of clues going from planning to boarding to dinner time to what to do in the ports and all that. We just wanted to wrap up some loose ends tonight because we didn't get it through what we thought we'd get through.
And remember, you're on vacation, you're having fun, so just relax.
Yeah, just relax. So before we wrap up tonight, again, comment if you have any suggestions of things we left out. If you didn't see that we have a special deal, we still have our special deal where you can get 22% off of our merchandise, such as these lovely mugs that Joy is enjoying right now. Enamel mug. If you put in the code 2FUN at the cruisedayfun.com website, you can get 22% off to celebrate our 2nd anniversary. And we've also got shirts. Also, the code 2FUN will get you 22% off. So we just want to throw that out there again in case somebody somehow didn't hear about that special deal, because that deal was going to end soon, right? We can't keep that up there forever.
It's going to end this month.
Is it? Okay, she has spoken. Well, it's tomorrow's the last day of the month.
I know.
Okay. Wow, that code's going. You better use that code tonight or tomorrow because it's going away. The woman has spoken. Yeah, we've had it up there since July, so I think we've had we've had a couple months to do the 2-year anniversary. 22% off. Use the code 2FUN. That's 2.
That's 2 months.
At
So
cruisedayfun.com.
July and August. That's 2.
Okay, let's move on. So again, we want to thank you for joining us, Scott. And if you didn't do so already, please give us a thumbs up. And yes, Chris, thanks for the congratulations. I don't know how I made it through 2 years of a cruise channel during a time when most of that time there was no cruising.
Yeah.
Somehow, Cruise Day Fun, we hung in there.
Yes, we did.
And cruises are starting again, so
Yes.
that's a hopeful sign.
Yes.
So we want to thank you all for joining us, whether you joined us live or you joined us later on. We appreciate you. Like and subscribe. What else can we say? Oh yeah. Again, I don't know if I said it enough already, but we're not on next week, but in 2 weeks on Monday, September the 13th, be sure to join us at 8 p.m. Eastern time when we're going to talk to someone who was just on the Mardi Gras. Ashlyn from I'd Rather Be Cruising Instagram page, and maybe familiar. She's got some awesome photos. Is going to be on to tell us about her family's experience on the Mardi Gras. So that's pretty exciting. Anything else? What's the last thing we always say?
Thanks for joining Cruise Day Fun.